Can take away the president's popularity in West Virginia. We'll see what happens with the Mueller investigation. One final subject, this transgender ban that the president put out, the transgender tweet a couple of weeks ago on July 26th. He said, after consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. Yet after he sent out that tweet, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff said he's going to wait for any official order from the president before they implement it. You've had the commandant of the Coast Guard this week saying he's not going to break faith with the transgender individuals inside his forces right now. General Mattis was apparently blindsided by the tweet from the president as well. So what I want to know is specifically which generals and military experts signed off on that tweet from the president.
Well, a number of them, first of all, the tweet didn't make policy, the tweet announced policy. This had been a conversation, discussions had with generals and other stakeholders for a very long time. The president announced it through the forum that he does. It cuts out the middleman. Well, hold on. He had talked to generals for quite a long time. I know that, and other stakeholders. And the fact is, the Pentagon's a big place. If you find 5 or 10 people who say we had no idea, 100 people say we had no idea, that doesn't mean that everybody there who needed to know. I don't know when everybody at the Pentagon found out, but the president has made very clear what his policy is. The next steps, George, as you know, are to have policy guidance and to put the order out and to work with the stakeholders, obviously Secretary Mattis and others, to implement this new policy.
But just did the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, did the defense secretary, did the commandant of the Coast Guard, did the other service chiefs sign off on that policy, on that tweet before the president sent it out?
I can't answer that because I wasn't in the room when they discussed it with him, and I certainly aren't on the National Security Council. But I will tell you, having spoken with the president directly about this and having been involved a little bit in the discussions, that the president had consulted for quite a while with different stakeholders, including his generals. What he says in the tweet is absolutely true. He consulted with generals and others about this issue. And, President Obama took a late-in-the-game action. I mean, everybody runs around acting like he had a particular policy for all 8 years. He did not, and you know that. He took late-in-the-game action, and the president is now acting early in his administration because he believes in military readiness and he believes in unit cohesion. This is what he has said. This is what others have said. But the policy guidance and the exact order and the final, the final configuration of the law obviously are forthcoming.
Kellyanne Conway, thanks very much for your time this morning.